Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to build your navigation and routing system. I think this is a very great way to implement navigation using navigation stack, and I think it's very important and it's one of the first things that you need to do when you start building your application, because when you have a good navigation system, later on when you add new features, new views, you can add those views in your navigation system very quickly and easily without making too many changes. And when you have accurate navigation system, you don't have to worry about navigating around views later on. So let's go. This is my starting app, tutorial app. I didn't change anything from here. This is the main point. So when our application starts from the main, it goes to content view, and content view is just a view for now. And I have first view and second view. I just copy pasted these files. So we have three views that we can navigate. First, we are going to create an empty file. Let's go to root. Okay, this root. Let's import SwiftUI Foundation. No, we don't. I think we don't need to import Foundation. I'm not sure. Import observation, of course. It's going to be observable, and it's the final class called. Okay, this root will have one variable. It's going to be path, and this path is navigation path, and it will have a function. Wait, do we need to say like equals? Yeah, apparently. Okay, function. Okay, it's going to have two functions, push and pop to root. Push, what does push do is it takes R as a root, and no, as a router. Wait, let me call this router. Let me call this root. Okay, we are going to create this root later on. This R is a root, and root is going to be an enum. Okay, we are not doing anything right now, but it's just an enum, and it takes a root, and what does it do? It will append that root to the path. Okay, it should be hashable. Will never be executed, of course. So this push method is basically when we want to navigate to another view, we will use navigation stack, right? So navigation stack thing is like a stack, first in, last out. So we will put our home view, content view for this specific example. We will put content view as a root, as a first element in the stack. Then every time we do push, we append another view on the stack. And then we can do pop the view to go back to another previous view, or we can pop the root. We don't have to write pop function, so I'm not going to write it, but we need to write pop to root function. What it does is pop to roots. It's going to pop every view until you reach the bottom. For us, it's content view. So it's not going to take anything because it's pop. It's just going to paths, removing last roots dot count. Sorry, not root path, of course. So here we will create enums, and our enum is just case. What do we have? Content view, right? Let me write content here. First view, first, second view, second. This is our enum. And then, let's call it router view. Let me call it router content view. Okay. It's going to be a view. And in here, we are not going to actually create a text or anything. We just want to give content view, because this is our root view, right? Why do we do this? Because right now when we open the application, when we run the application, it sees main, it opens content view, but we don't want to do this. What we want to do is that when we open the app, we want router content view to open, so we have complete control on our navigation system for our application. And in content view, no. Let me make router to. So this opens router content view. In router content view, we open content view. So content view is just our like root view. And what we can do is, for example, if you have a paywall and you only want to show paywall, for example, when you first open the app, or you have onboarding screens views, right? You can do like if is paywall shown, is not paywall is not shown, open paywall view, right? If else, always open content view. You can do stuff like this. So you have complete control on your application. So we're going to create another file, navigation. So router is like model, and now we are going to implement some stuff in navigation. I think we are done with tutorial app. So we are going to import SwiftUI. We create the struct router view modifier and view modifier. It will have a state variable, private state variable, and it's going to be root. Let me actually call this same router. Now it's going to have a view builder function. And what this function does is actually, well, Xcode really writes for us. What does it speak English? Oh, okay. I always make these mistakes. But wait, this function is actually, I think, okay, we can write this function later. First, I'm going to write view builder function. Let's call it root view. Okay, root view is okay. Root view. For root, some view. Oops. Okay, now as we did this enum, like we have some options that we can navigate between. Basically, in here we are going to do switch root. If root is home, right? Open content view. Wait, we don't have home, we have content, right? Yes. Also remember to do each case in here. We have some problem, I think. Of course. So, okay. And what's wrong with this? Switch root. Okay, now we are going to do this for every one of them. Second view. So you need to do this switch case thing for each case. Okay, you need to do for every one of them. If our router is content enum, open content view. If it's first, open first view. If it's second, open second view. Very basic. Now we're going to write this function. We're going to do navigation stack. No, Xcode. Now you're wrong. Its path will be our router.path, right? I'm just going to write here a bit faster because there is nothing more to explain. Navigation, destination, and the destination is, I don't want to write it that long. For root self and wait, root in And now bring to root view, root. Okay, wait, can't find root view scope. Okay, we can call this root view. It's not important. And we are going to give environment router so that we can use it whenever we want. There's a problem. Okay. Okay, now we are going to write an extension for view. Wow. Okay, extension for view, and it's going to be a function router. Okay, again. Whoa. Xcode knows everything. Extension. Okay. This is the code for navigation. It implements according to our router class. So now we are going to use these both in our views to navigate between them. So this is our first view. Let's add a button under the text. Button. I want to create my button like this. Label. Text. Tap me. Okay, nice. And button. What we're gonna do? We want, when we click tap me button here, we want to go to first view, right? So what we're gonna do? We are going to push first view on content view actually. What we need our environment variable, right? This one, so that we can use it. Environment router self private variable router. So now we can use this router. Now what we can do, oh okay, because we use preview, so we need to give it router. Can I write router? Thank you. Now it should work, I hope, because previews, okay, previews sometimes are so stupid. So what we're gonna do, we are going to use our router, right, environment variable. What we're gonna do, we are going to do push. And what are we pushing? We are going to push first, right, because we want to open first view. And what is first view? It's first. How do you know? Because it checks every case, and if it's first, it opens first view. So here we are pushing first, and our navigation checks what's pushed. It says first is pushed, it opens first view. So now it should work. As you can see, it doesn't work because, again, now it should work. So when you click, you go to the first view, and when you press back button, actually it's default button. What's going on? Okay, my screen's frozen. When you push back button, it's default button, default button of navigation stack, because we use navigation stack. As you can see, it pops the last element, right? We don't have that pop function. We just have pop to root, which I'm going to show soon. First, let me copy paste this. Actually, I don't want to write it again and again. First view, we are going to again use same router. This is first view, and what we want to push now? We want to push second. This can, what's the ambiguity? Okay, this can stay the same. It's because we want to see whole thing. I'm not gonna change preview. It can start from content view, but this is seconds final view. Now we don't want to push anything, right? What we want to do? We want to go back, but let me do it later. So we tap, we go to first view. We tap, we go to final view. Let's say in our final page, we don't want to see back button. We can implement it by ourselves, or we don't want to use it. What was it? Navigation back button hidden, something like this. Okay, true. So now, see, we don't have back button. So you have an app, and let's say you push, and you navigate 10 views, right? You push 10 views, and then user doesn't want to go back 10 times. What he wants is he wants to press a button, for example, home button, and wants to go back to the home page, which is content view for us. Our content view, our home page. It's the first view that we show to the users. So users click some buttons, pushes some views, and navigates between views, and then they want to just go back to the home page, right? We have function for it, pop to root. So in a second view, we can do router, this one that we have, environment variable, pop to root this time. It doesn't take anything. It just removes every view basically. So first view, final view, and let's go to the home page, right? That's all. So it's easy as that. And the best part is, let's say you want that like fourth view, third view. It's our fourth screen, but let's call it third view. How do you edit? You just, for example, let's say push third, right? Oh wait, but let me do it later. Let me copy paste this. Let's create our third view, extra view. This can pop to root. It's not important. I just want to show you how to add another view. So let's say you have an application, you want to add another feature, another screen. You just create that view. I think this is complete, right? Third view. Okay. Then you go to router and you add your new view, third. And then on navigation, inside the navigation, you add that case, because if you don't add, you're gonna get error. See, it needs to have all cases. Third view. Xcode already did it, but I made a mistake. Okay. Now you have your third view in your navigation system. And if you do push third, then you can go to the third page. First view, final, it was final, and extra view. And it goes to the home page. It's easy as that. I hope it helped you, and I hope that you like this way too, because I really use this navigation system for my applications. Thank you for watching.